Japanese to attack. He thrust forward into New Guinea and knocked them off balance and kept them off balance from then on. Now let's look at some other issues. Our hats are off to the Pope. Pope Francis has outdone himself here in the Christmas season. After pushing Obama to open to Cuba, and I hope we talked about that, the way you hope for a liberalization or a loosening of police-state control is through greater prosperity. In the case of the German Democratic Republic, DDR, it was the Leipzig Trade Fair, Leipziger Messe. The people who came into that meant that Leipzig became the starting point for the downfall of the East German Communist regime. Back in a minute on World Crisis Radio.
Hey everyone, I'm having lots of fun with my new Ghost 80% AR-15. This baby shoots like a dream. Hey, thanks Guns80.com. You know, friends ask me all the time why I wanted a Ghost AR-15. That's easy. You see, my buddy Mark kept telling me that I'd better go to Guns80.com, get myself a Ghost AR-15 before they outlawed them. I thought he was just paranoid, so I ignored him. Well, at first. But then I started hearing government and media types talking about making guns illegal, about the president signing on to a UN treaty that could take my gun rights away. You know, it really bugged me, so I dug in, I did the research, and I realized that Mark was right all along. I know now that having an unregistered Ghost AR-15 is the right answer. I'm a proud 80% Ghost AR-15 convert. You should be too. The answer's really simple. Get your Ghost AR-15 at Guns80.com. The big sale is on right now. Go to Guns80.com. That's Guns80.com. Guns80, the numbers 80.com.
We've been patiently waiting while you tried to ignore us, waiting while you acted like we didn't exist, waiting for our chance to be taken seriously. The wait is over. GCN is available 24/7 at GCNlive.com. Navigate through news from your favorite hosts and download archives of past shows. Download the app on your smartphone or tablet or visit GCNlive.com for instant access and live streaming. GCNlive.com, the future of talk radio, now at your fingertips.
I lost 18 pounds in just 4 days. Hi, I'm James Zeta. If you're like me, you've already tried and failed at many diet and weight loss plans. The 18 and 4 weight loss plan requires no exercising, no diet pills or additives, no laxatives, no meal replacements, and no diet drinks. The 18 and 4 program is crystal clear with a day-to-day, step-by-step, and meal-to-meal guide. If you're not satisfied with your results, I will give you my 30-day full money-back guarantee. Go to 18and4.com. That's the number 18, I-N, the number 4.com.
Time waits for no one. That's why you should hurry to not miss the Freeze Dry Guy's end-of-year case lot sale. Go to freezedryguy.com or call 866-404-3663 to receive 20 to 25% off Mountain House freeze-dried foods. Mountain House, the gold standard in long-term storage products, include real freeze-dried meats, entrees, eggs, fruits, and vegetables. Yes, 20 to 25% off now. Also receive 30% off other selected Mountain House foods and receive 30% off selected Packaway brand dehydrated foods. Just call 866-404-3663 and ask for the Freeze Dry Guy. Plus, long-range patrol ration eggs and ham at superb discounts. But these are extremely hard to find and nearly gone, so call today. Ask about our LRP ice cream bars, too. Some items limited to stock on hand. And remember, the Freeze Dry Guy pays for shipping to your door within the lower 48 states. Order now. Don't miss out on the Freeze Dry Guy's end-of-year case lot sale. Call 866-404-3663 or visit freezedryguy.com.
On Facebook, on the news, and in conversations with friends, we're bombarded every day with advice on how to be healthier, from gluten-free and non-GMO diets to how much exercise and sleep the body needs. But how much have you heard about alkalizing the body? AlkaVision Plasma pH drops are a holistic and natural way to get your body's pH levels back in balance. Just a few drops in water will help your body rid itself of harmful waste. And even the healthiest of diets can be complemented with your daily use of AlkaVision Plasma pH drops. Who isn't looking for more vibrance, vigor, and energy? Now buy 2 bottles of AlkaVision Plasma pH drops and get $10 off your order. Visit AlkaVision.com or call 800-518-7615. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops are packed with a powerful combination combination of the most alkaline minerals and compounds. Open the door to greater health, vitality, and zest for life. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health. Call 800-518-7615 or head to alkavision.com.
Not just an alternative to the mainstream media. We're the premier independent talk radio network. We are G's.
Welcome back to World Crisis Radio. It's already our last segment here on the Epiphany edition. Pope Francis, in his the midnight mass in St. Peter's on Christmas Eve, in the Urbi et Orbi address to the world and the city on Christmas Day, and also in calls to Kurdish refugees. He called the Kurds and he said, "You remind me of Christ. For him there was no room at the inn, and for you there's also no room at the inn." Thanks to the machinations of NATO, Saudis, Turkey, Qatar, you know the list. Pope Francis did a regular anti-ISIS campaign. It's interesting to note he does not do this for Ukraine. He does not commit his prestige to those dubious characters from Lvov, let's say. He does not go out on a limb for them. But for Syria, he does. For the Melkites, the Maronites, the Chaldeans, the Copts, and many others. In his Urbi et Orbi, he attacked the brutal repression going on in Iraq and Syria. The brutal repression by ISIS is what it means. And he also recalled the situation of the Palestinians. It's interesting to note that Mahmoud Abbas, the president of the Palestinian Authority, had appeared at the midnight mass in Manger Square, Bethlehem, to take part in a Christian Latin high mass in that setting, right? No U.S. network that I could see reported that, but it was on one of the international cable channels. Pope Francis is also in the Urbi et Orbi particularly talked about the contemporary Herods. Will take a look at Tarpley.net. You'll see that in the program 2 weeks ago, I believe, I indicated that Prince Bandar was a new Herod, and then the Pope talks about the new Herods. So there may be some convergence on that idea. The new Herods, in my opinion, Bandar of Saudi Arabia qualifies as a new Herod. Netanyahu of Israel, a new Herod. Erdogan of Turkey, certainly a new Herod. And ISIS Czar Alan, a super Herod. And these are the people tormenting. And the 28th, yesterday, the day before yesterday, the Holy Innocents, right? The massacres that have gone on. Well, Alan gets himself into that league. In the homily of the Mass the night before, he talked about this was broadcast live on NBC. The people who walked in darkness will see a great light, the darkness of war and oppression. But he also points out not the rich, not the powerful, not these others will be leading the way. So this adds up to, I think, a tremendous effort. And again, our hope remains that Pope Francis will pull Obama out of the clutches of Alan, the ISIS czar, who we want out. We're still hoping for. How about we couldn't get Alan out for the Latin Christmas? Let's get Alan fired for the Orthodox Christmas. I think that takes us up to what, the 6th or 7th of January. We'll look it up. You look it up too. The Orthodox Christmas, the Russian Christmas, the Greek Christmas is going to be at least another week away. And so there's still a chance to fire Alan for Christmas, the new Herod. So that's all going on. and we hope for the best. Now, concerning the stuff with the New York City police, my uncle was a New York City cop, so I'm not against the New York City cops. But here's what I would say. When you have a modern state, you must have civilian supremacy. Civilian supremacy over the armies, military forces, and over the police. Police and army and other military forces must obey the legitimate, legally elected executive. And this turning backs or making public demonstrations of political rancor against de Blasio. De Blasio is a scoundrel. I know that better than anybody, but this is a wrong path. This is Weimarization. Huh? You take a look at the Berlin and Prussian police in the Weimar years, and you'll see that they were politicized completely, and sometimes good, but often also bad. So here's what I would say. I was watching Fox News the other day, and here comes this guy, one of their commentators. He came over from CNBC. Essentially, the argument from Fox News is that de Blasio has lost the confidence of the police and therefore has to resign. My God, do the police elect the mayor? Do the police impeach the mayor? This is monstrous. The police have no ability to elect or impeach or oust a mayor. The mayor is elected by the people. In this case, a fairly substantial majority. Oh, but it was a low turnout. That doesn't matter, Republicans. How about Bush? You never heard that about Bush. But the point is, de Blasio right now is the legal mayor, and this stuff about mounting a political protest at a funeral, this is awful taste. This is a monstrosity. Now, we're told by people close to the pulse of the Big Apple, part of this is contract talks. Now, here already our attitude changes. If you're a cop and you want a decent wage from de Blasio, we're all for it. Stick to that. Stick to that. Don't mix the contract talks left over from Bloomberg and Giuliani and other union busters. Don't mix that with these tragic shootings. And we're also told that this demagogue Lynch, Pat Lynch, the demagogue who's currently the head of the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association, I'm sorry, this guy has to be out, but he's up for re-election in January, and he's trying to out-demagogue his own right-wing opposition. But you get the idea. Back off and fight your contract battle. You're going to have wide support. But don't mix in the idea that somehow de Blasio is responsible for murder. This is absolutely ridiculous. And there has to be police reform. That is clear, but it doesn't have to be vindictive. It would simply go together with winding down the so-called war on drugs, right, which has gone way too far. The other thing, of course, is we have to sympathize with the police to this degree. There is an unjust order of property in this country. It's unjust, it's unequal, it's unfair, it's delegitimized, and nevertheless, they have to represent this and defend it. Some of them like defending it. Those are the bad apples. And some of them are embarrassed that they have to defend it. And that makes them even more sensitive. So you get the idea. We have a couple of other things, right? Navalny has been taken into custody in Moscow. And, well, that's probably not the worst thing. Anyway, we'll leave that up to the Russian government. What else can we add here? We're going to be looking this year at the possible orientation of U.S. politics of Jeb Bush against Hillary Clinton. This is awful. We'll have to look into this. Who's the alternative? Bernie Sanders on the Democratic side, Jim Webb. Well, maybe there'll be more than one Webb in the picture. Who knows? But this is awful. So it's time to think already now how to avoid such a situation. So to sum it up, we got a worldwide economic contraction. That's why the price of oil is going down, the price of copper, the price of iron ore. All the basic things are falling. Deflation would seem to be upon us. In the middle of that, You've got Russia under attack with these sanctions, under attack with speculative runs on